Key components of global digital governance. Policy and regulatory framework. Data regulation. Policies such as the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) in the European Union set high standards for the protection of personal data. It serves as a model for many countries in formulating data protection policies. Digital platform regulation. Policies such as the EU Digital Services Act aim to regulate digital platforms, ensuring that they are responsible for the content they host and protecting users from abuse. International norms and standards. Technology standards. International organizations such as the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, and the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, develop standards for digital technologies that help ensure interoperability and security. Ethical principles. Many global initiatives, such as the OECD's AI ethics guidelines, seek to establish ethical principles for the development and use of artificial intelligence. Multi-stakeholder engagement. Diverse stakeholder engagement. Digital governance processes involve governments, the private sector, civil society, and academia. This approach ensures that a variety of perspectives and interests are considered in decision-making. Global forums. Forums such as the Internet Governance Forum, IGF, provide a platform for discussion and collaboration between stakeholders. Challenges in global digital governance. Regulatory fragmentation. Different countries adopt different regulations, creating challenges for companies operating in different jurisdictions. This fragmentation can hinder innovation and create legal uncertainty. Digital divide. The gap in access to digital technologies between developed and developing countries creates inequality. Many developing countries still face challenges in digital infrastructure, which hinders their participation in the global digital economy. Security and privacy. Cybersecurity threats, such as ransomware attacks and data theft, are becoming increasingly common. Protecting individual privacy is also a major concern, especially with the increasing surveillance and data collection by governments and companies. Disinformation and harmful content. The spread of misinformation and harmful content on digital platforms is a major challenge. This requires a careful approach to ensure freedom of expression while protecting society from negative impacts. Future directions for global digital governance. Inclusive and sustainable framework. It is important to develop inclusive policies, ensuring that all groups in society, including the marginalized, have a voice in decision-making processes. This should also be aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, to ensure equitable access to technology. Strong international collaboration.
Hello, my name is Bagas tuani lumban tobing, Computer Engineering Study Program 22B. Here I will explain about global digital governance. Global digital governance, definition and context. Global digital governance refers to the frameworks, norms, and institutions that govern the development, use, and impact of digital technologies around the world. In the evolving digital era, this governance is becoming increasingly important to ensure that technologies are used ethically, safely, and inclusively. With the increasing reliance on digital technologies in various aspects of life, from economic to social, the challenges and opportunities that arise require a globally coordinated approach. Key components of global digital governance. Norms and standards. Norms and standards are guidelines that shape how digital technologies are developed and used. They cover aspects such as data privacy, cybersecurity, and human rights protection. For example, the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, in the European Union sets high standards for the protection of personal data. International cooperation. Cooperation between countries is essential to address the global challenges faced by digital technologies. For example, issues such as cross-border data handling, cybersecurity, and countering disinformation require international collaboration. Forums such as the G20 and G7 often serve as venues for discussing and formulating related policies. Policy framework. A variety of policies and regulations have been introduced to govern the use of digital technologies. For example, the UN Global Digital Compact aims to create a global agreement on the principles of fair and inclusive digital governance. In addition, the EU Digital Services Act and the EU AI Act seek to regulate digital platforms and artificial intelligence in a way that protects users. Multi-stakeholder engagement. The engagement of multiple stakeholders, including governments, the private sector, civil society, and academia, is essential in the digital governance process. A multi-stakeholder approach ensures that diverse perspectives and interests are taken into account in decision-making. Challenges in global digital governance. Fragmentation. One of the main challenges in digital governance is fragmentation. Different countries may adopt different standards and regulations, which can create difficulties for companies and individuals operating in different jurisdictions. This can stifle innovation and create legal uncertainty. Authoritarian versus democratic models.